as married folks, you guys know that sometimes things just have to unfold and play out on their own anyways. Hey guys, it's Terry. It's so great to see you. So guess what, Buttercup? We are having right here, right now, right before your very freaking eyeballs, a relationship reading for the weekend of August 27th through the 30th. That should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But don't worry if I get the dates wrong, and don't worry if you're not watching this during that specific amount of time, because these messages, the information, the takeaways that you can get from these readings can be applied at any time. They're actually timeless, right? So some of the information, even if I give it to you right now and you are listening to it during the week, it may not resonate with you, and it may resonate with you. So just take what does and toss what doesn't. I am reading for more than one person when I'm doing these sessions for you, these mini readings for you, and they are not individual and personalized. So if you do want something personalized and more individual, you can book a reading directly with me through my site, terryhuberman.com. And I do compatibility readings. Yes, where you send me a picture and I look and see, are y'all compatible, right? So I do that for relationship readings, but it's really compatibility, for anything. So sometimes I have people sending me pictures of houses that they're looking to purchase and which one would match best with their energy, or they're looking to hire a certain person. Would this employee be better than this employee or whatnot? So again, compatibility is not just reduced to relationship, but that is the purpose of this reading is for relationships. And this is a relationship reading for all sorts: romantic, platonic, familial, co-workers, librarians, vampires, the whole shebang. All right. So I don't know how your week has been going. God, I hope it's been going okay, because it's been a bit interesting. And so there's a bit more of that interesting, and I'm being very kind when I say the word interesting, energy that does seep into and leak into or bleed into the weekend that does affect our relationships. There's a lot of anger going on right now and rage. And this does not stop just because you're in a relationship. As a matter of fact, it can provoke more issues between people as they are relating. So the first pieces of information that I have gotten from Spirit is that mostly the area, or I shouldn't say the area, but I don't know, how do I want to say it? I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to sort of explain it. The folks who are in marriages, so if you have a spouse, it feels like you will be more affected this weekend versus if you're single or you're just in like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Okay, so maybe it's kind of familial, but in my mind, familial isn't necessarily spouse. When I'm doing readings, it's more like mother, son, father, brother, uncle, whatever. So it's not so much familial as it is marital. I'm going to say that as the primary attention grabber for me for this weekend. So if you are married and you do have a spouse, you're probably going to want to crank up those ears and perk them up a bit. So much this week has happened to everybody that the anger and the rage is still sort of bubbling up. And if it hasn't been redirected or dispersed, it's just accumulating more. So what I'm getting is that there could be a lot of arguments this weekend, squabbling arguments. Now I'm having a visual of like punching, but it's not so much physical rage. Although if it is, please make sure that you do get help and try to get yourself out of that situation. But I'm not saying that there's going to be physical abuse per se, but the punching is more, maybe we can call it verbal sparring. Like there's gonna be a lot of back and forth and it's gonna be hurtful. And the problem is that because y'all are married and you guys know each and every intricate detail of each other, which is different than if you're just in a relationship and you're not married and you're not living together, right? You know how to poke and push each other's buttons. So this weekend, y'all are gonna be pushing and poking each other's buttons and not in the good, fun, sexy way. However, if you could redirect that energy into the fun, sexy way, man, y'all can have some really great sex this weekend. Woo. Yeah. So I just had some thoughts and visuals and I was like, ooh, sexy time, yummy time. But that can't happen unless you guys are very much in alignment with understanding that what you're saying is actually hurtful to the other person. And neither one of you is innocent and neither one of you are guilty. This is definitely a mutual, not exclusive, but a mutual sharing of responsibility in terms of how you are managing and regulating that emotion of anger and rage and what is coming out of your mouth. And then if you're receiving it, how are you receiving and perceiving it, right? So there's gonna be verbal sparring. There's gonna be verbal punching. There's gonna be, again, hopefully it's not physical, but there's a lot of anger and rage. And if you can't find a way to disperse or redirect this energy, you know, if there's a way you guys can have makeup sex, that is what could, I don't want to say solve the problem because there's no solving of the problem per se. It's integrating that energy that is very prevalent within you. But again, this is a personal responsibility and neither one of you is wrong and neither one of you is right. It's a collaborative effort. So that there has to be a collaborative solution. And there actually may not be a solution. And as married folks, you guys know that sometimes things just have to unfold and play out on their own anyways. But if you can, I would highly suggest clear communication as well. Like none of this passive aggressive bullshit. Say what's on your mind and be very clear. And the important part is make sure your partner understands that they or their message is being seen and heard and acknowledged too. No matter how angry you are, because I'm telling you, this anger and this rage is gonna it's there's no way to hide from it. It's just there. So for you married folks, that's my biggest heads up buttercup for this weekend in terms of relationships. I do feel like the single people are totally getting off the off the hook this weekend. Like y'all are fine. Like there may be some loneliness and some despair about feeling lonely, but that's okay. Because at least it's not this amount of anger and rage, which you're going to experience anyways, but not in terms of relationships. So again, you do need to take care of yourself, but all y'all single people out there, enjoy the silence, as Depeche Mode would say. For those of you in relationships, so there's going to be communication issues which will cause the squabbling. So just like I was sharing with the married folks, it's going to be really important for you to be super clear, to communicate, no passive aggressiveness, and make sure your partner is heard and seen and acknowledged. And that will diffuse a lot of what's happening. It doesn't feel to me, if you're in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, it doesn't feel as volatile, verbally volatile, or even as much rage and anger as it did with the married people. So y'all aren't off the hook, but you're a bit more subdued. Let me pull some cards for us here to see, if there's any particular implementation tool that we could use, or just any other sort of guidance, or just any other information other than what I'm sharing with you, which when I share with you, it's what spirit is talking to me or telling me. So I'm channeling that information. got my 2 cards here, and I am using the Romance Angel Oracle cards. That's this guy, which says, it says engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, okay? And the other deck I'm using is the Oracle of E, and that is pick up after yourself. Oh, I love these. These are beautiful for this weekend. This is telling me that this weekend, as hard as it is, and look, human beings relating with other human beings is one of the reasons we're here, because we can't experience anything without being part of something, if that makes any sense. And we can't just be part of something on our own, right? We have to experience something with something else. I mean, that's also the whole reason we're here. The divine actually said, I don't want to just be this energy of anything. I want to experience. And so it took on a tangible form. Started off with the planets, of course, and then all the way got to us, whatever. It's a whole other thing. But we as humans cannot evolve and grow unless we have someone to involve, to bounce off of, yes? So what's beautiful about this weekend is as hard as it can be and as challenging as it can be for us, it's also a really great gift and an opportunity for us through repair of it and through understanding our roles in it, and if we own up to our responsibilities in it, it takes us to a much deeper level of actual history building, right? The more history you have with somebody, the more intimacy you have. So as crazy as this weekend might be, and as angry and as verbally punchy, this is all a beautiful opportunity to get closer, to connect more, and to build that intimacy, whether it's physical intimacy, right? If you're gonna have that makeup sex, or if you are, just sort of getting to another deeper level of understanding how somebody acts when they are in survival mode. And you get to see the different parts of them and learn different parts of them, because we never know who someone really is until we're in that moment with them. Right? So again, great opportunity, lovely opportunity through your repair to get deeper into your relationship. And believe it or not, there is potential and possibility for as you grow closer through argumenting. Is that a word? Arguing. I like argumenting better. Let's just say this is not what I'm about to say is not necessarily for married couples, but for dating or, exclusive couples with no actual contract. Your arguments or your misalignments, when you course correct and you repair and you get back you come back together, you deepen your bond. You build your history, and that actually makes you more committed to each other if you do it the right way, right? So there is a finesse to it. There is. And it takes 2 people. It's not just one. So there you go. That's your relationship reading for this weekend. So, you'll get through it. Hang on. Just, try and manage and regulate your anger, because you will be pissed off. Try and acknowledge and see your partner, because they will need it, and you also will need it from them. All right, you guys, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected. Stay connected to your family and friends. Stay connected to yourself. And of course, you can stay connected to me. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you can check out my site, terryhuberman.com. And I just want to give you a shout out, people. Woo! A hearty thank you so much for watching and subscribing and sharing and liking and sharing this with your family. I really do appreciate it. The more we all share and the more we all connect, whether it's to me or each other or to your family, the safer we feel in this world, right? So connection equals safety. Okay, a lot of us are taught that when we connect to other people, it can actually be scary, right? And yes, it can, but ultimately we can learn how to connect, and therefore we feel safe in this world. Therefore we can really get into our intuition and we can make the right choices for ourselves, and then we can live our life with purpose. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and I'll see ya on the flip side.